What makes you continue to stay with IUIC?
Um, what will make me continue to stay with IOIC is that righteousness. I see the fear in this congregation, keeping the Most High's laws and the faith in Christ.
I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash, to give me the spirit to do this video. This is a part 2 to my last video. If you haven't seen it, I'll put it in the description box. So, once again, as you see, the spirit of IUIC walking around as if they are keeping the law. Okay? When you deal with that conversation about the law in your everyday life, you know, whoever you talk to, you have to deal with it with humility. All right? Anytime you mention that, you have to say, I'm keeping the laws to the best of my ability, but it's hard. So thank the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, for that sacrifice of Yahushai, man, because we need it. Because I'm not keeping the whole law, but I'm trying. That's how you deal with that, man. Anything less than that is deceit, man. Okay? Pride and deceit. So the first scripture I'm going to read, 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. Now, in order to understand the scripture, you have to go precept upon precept, line upon line. Otherwise, you won't get what it's talking about. Because if you're new, all right, you just reading, and you read the scripture, you're thinking keeping the whole law. That's not what it's talking about, man. Okay? Because we can't keep the whole law. So let's get some understanding. Let's go to Galatians chapter 5, starting at verse 13. For brethren, you have been called unto liberty. What liberty is that? That Yahushua died, shed his blood for those to believe on him, man, through faith and belief, and striving at the law, learning, man, growing. Okay? So it says, for brethren, you have been called unto liberty. Only use not liberty for the occasion of the flesh. Meaning don't be out there wilding out, man. Like, for example, if I run across a woman and she's talking to me, and I get this a lot. She's talking, you ask her, she got a man, and she goes, it's complicated, you know. I mean, he ain't acting right. I'm not going to continue to talk to that woman. I'm going to walk off. Why? Because I'm trying to keep the laws. But that's only one law. I don't eat pork, but that's only another law. Okay? You talking about 600 plus laws, man. All right? You ain't keeping all those. And you get to one, you get to all, man. So that's striving at the law, man. Okay? So it says, only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh. Right, man, just doing anything. But by love serve one another. This is the point in verse 14. For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. You hear that? That's how the law is fulfilled. Not that you are actually keeping the whole law. Okay? So when you go back to John, to 1 John chapter 5, verse 3, let's read it again. For this is the love of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. Right, you're fulfilling it through the body, man. Your sincerity, your charity, man. Doing the work. Okay, serving Yahweh Shem Yahushai and not serving sin. Okay? That doesn't mean you ain't gonna sin, but your focal point is what? Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. That's how you're fulfilling the law. Not actually keeping the law. Okay? Got to get that understanding. Now, back at Galatians 5, let's go to verse 2. It says, behold, I, Paul, say unto you, that if you be circumcised, Yahweh shall profit you nothing. Right, shall profit you nothing. So if you're walking around saying you keeping the law, well then Yahweh shall profits you nothing, man. Why is that? Because he died because you couldn't keep the law. So if you're going to walk around and say you are keeping the law, then he profits you nothing, man. Okay, let's see if the law saves you, man. Okay, verse 3, for I testify again to every man that is circumcised, that he is a debtor to do the whole law. But can you really do the whole law? No. Verse 4, Yahweh has become of no effect unto you. Ooh, no effect unto you. Whosoever of you are justified by the law, you are falling from grace. Let's read that again. Whosoever of you are justified by the law, you are falling from grace. Okay? So you can't walk around and acting like you got it, man, like that, man. That's a wicked spirit, man. And like I said before in part 1, that's very disrespectful towards Yahweh Shem Shai, man, the sacrifice for the nation of Israel, man, and what that meant. Okay? Come on, man. Read that one more time. Whosoever of you are justified by the law, you are fallen from grace. So when you got IIC all on the highways and byways, brother, you keeping the law, you keeping the law, overly harping on the law. Like I said before, they don't understand the scriptures, man, at all. Verse 5, for we through the Spirit wait for the hope of righteousness by faith. You hear that? For we through the Spirit wait for the hope of righteousness by faith. That's why I said what I said earlier. If you're going to have that conversation about the law, you have to deal with it with humility. And you have to bring up Yahweh Shai. Why? Because you're remembering that you can't keep the law like that. And that's why Yahweh Shai died, man. So you're hoping through the Spirit for the righteousness of faith, man. Okay, you're waiting for it, man. That new body, okay? For the law to be written in your inward part so that you can start to keep the law for real. We're just rehearsing right now, rehearsing the righteous acts, okay, as the scripture says, all right? Verse 6, for in Yahweh Shai, neither circumcision availeth anything, nor uncircumcision, but faith which worketh by love. Right, man, okay? That's how you're going to fulfill it. Okay, love to the body of Yahweh Shem Shai to cover a multitude of sins. Because you're going to need it, because why your ass ain't keeping the law. Okay, get that straight. Has nothing to do with you not striving, man. Like I said before, we teach to strive at the law, man, to the best of your ability, man. All right? But at the same time, we have a responsibility to tell the truth, man, with wisdom. Okay? Yahweh Shai, he is the man. All right? We need him, man. We need his blood, man, because we ain't got it like that. Okay? Now from there, let's go to 1 Peter chapter 4, starting verse 8. And above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins. Do you hear that? And a multitude is a lot of sins. When you say multitude, man. Okay? So everybody has a multitude of sins. So why the hell would you walk around talking about you keeping the law? That's a damn lie, man. Being deceitful, man. Very deceitful, man. The heads of IIC ought to be ashamed of themselves, man. Pushing that doctrine, man. Into those people, man. Into our people. Now from there, let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 12, starting at verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh Shem Shai and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Now you understand what that means, man. Okay? You get what that means. It does not mean that you are keeping the law. Okay? Because if that's the case, and you walk around saying that, you have fallen from grace, man. Okay? If you're saying you circumcised over all, meaning you keeping the whole law, like I read in Galatians chapter 5, you have fallen from grace. Here a little, there a little. Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. That's how you understand the situation when you read about the law. It ain't just one scripture, the law, law, law. No, man. You got to get a full understanding. And that's why you need teachers for that. Okay? Now from there, let's go to James chapter 2, starting verse 8. If you fulfill the royal law according to the scripture, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, you do well. You do well. Which connects right back to Galatians chapter 5. Let's read verse 14. For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Let's go back to James chapter 2, verse 8 and read it again. If you fulfill the royal law according to the scripture, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, you do well. But if you have respect to persons, you commit sin and are convinced of the law as transgressors. For whosoever shall keep the whole law, listen up, and yet offend in one point, he is guilty of all. You hear that? Guilty of all. He that said, do not commit adultery, said also, do not kill. Now, if thou commit no adultery, yet if thou kill, thou art become a transgressor of the law. Meaning you're not keeping it, man. You're keeping 613 laws, huh? Okay, because all those laws were written. So he that said don't eat pork, he also said do not extort, man. Your brother, man. IIC is known for that. So y'all might not eat pork, but then you do that, which makes you a transgressor of the law. Okay? And like I said, we've all fall short, man, of the glory, man. That's why we got to get an understanding on this, man. Okay? And stop walking around being deceitful, man. Point blank, period. Verse 12. So speak ye, and so do, as they that shall be judged by the law of liberty. Right, man. The law of liberty. For he shall have judgment without mercy that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoice against judgment. Right, man. The liberty, man. But you can't abuse your liberty. Meaning what? You still have to strive at the law. Okay? You learn, you grow, but you can't boast by the law because your ass ain't keeping the whole law. Why? Because if you are, you are keeping every single one of them. Come on, man. All right? Now, in part 1, I went through Galatians chapter 3. I'm going to start back at 9 verse. So then they which be of faith are blessed with faithful Abraham. For as many as are of the works of the law are under the curse. For it is written, cursed is everyone that continueth not in all things which are written in the book of the law to do them. But that no man is justified by the law in the sight of Yahweh Shem Shai. You're not justified. That's why you don't harp on it. Okay? It is evident, for the just shall live by faith. Right? So like I said, keep calling us faith-based Israelites, man. No, we just understand, man. We understand that we in this flesh, and we understand the war and our members in this battle. We get it. We understand why Yahweh Shai died. We get it. We know we need him to get out of here, man. We know it ain't us keeping the law. Okay? But you guys from IUIC, y'all believe that mess. Okay? That's why y'all faith lacks. Okay? Big time, man. That's why y'all ass will take the chip. Okay? And not wait for the standard. Because your faith ain't established. Why? Because you guys made the base of this thing. For you, the law. Boy, boy, boy. Verse 12. And the law is not of faith, but the man that doeth them shall live in them. You hear that? And the law is not of faith. But I thought it was impossible to please Yahweh Shem Shai without faith. Verse 13. Yahweh Shai have redeemed us from the curse of the law. That's that liberty. Okay? Being made a curse for us, for it is written, cursed is everyone that hangeth on a tree, that the blessing of Abraham might come on the Gentiles through Yahweh Shai, that we might receive the promise of the Spirit through faith. And those Gentiles is talking about us, okay, because we were Gentiles, right? Didn't have the truth, lost our whole heritage, discontinued, like it says in Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. So we were Gentiles, man. But waking up from them dry bones on our feet, now we receive what? The faith to believe in Yahweh Shem Shai. Not that we're keeping the law. Okay? Let's jump down to verse 18. For if the inheritance be of the law, it is no more of promise. But Yahweh gave it to Abraham by promise. Right, man. Okay. If it's of the law, it is no more of promise. So you can't hinge on the law. Because us getting the promise was not based on the law. It was based on faith. And trusting Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Okay? Verse 19. Wherefore then serveth the law? Meaning, what is the law for? It was added because of transgressions, till the seed should come to whom the promise was made. And it was ordained by angels in the hand of the mediator. Now, a mediator is not a mediator of one, but Yahweh Shem Shai is one. Verse 21. Is the law then against the promises of Yahweh Shem Shai? Yahweh forbid, for if there had been a law given, which could have given life, verily righteousness should have been by the law. And that's what IUIC is doing, man. They're teaching you that this law is going to give you life. No, man, your faith, man, and belief and your charity towards the body of Yahweh Shem Shai. You serving Yahweh Shem Shai, not serving sin. Okay? Meaning this word is your focal point of your life, man. Your eye is single. And like Paul said, man, you mess up. Okay? The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And you see that, man, in your life, man. Got to be honest with yourself. Okay? We all fall short. Verse 22. But the scriptures have concluded all under sin, that the promise by faith of Yahushua might be given to them that believe. Ooh, 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 ooh. Read it again. But the scripture have concluded all under sin, that the promise by faith of Yahushua might be given to them that believe. But before faith came, we were kept under the law, shut up unto the faith which should afterwards be revealed. Wherefore the law was our schoolmaster to bring us unto Yahushua, that we might be justified by faith, man. Right. Not by the law. But after that faith is come, we are no longer under a schoolmaster. That's the law. For you are all the children of Yahweh Yahushua by faith. For as many of you as have been baptized in Yahushua have put on Yahushua. Point blank, period, man. Okay? You're not putting on Yahushua by the law. It's not how it works. Oh, man. So with that, Lord willing, I'll do a part 3. Because like I said, there's a lot of meat on this topic, man, that can come out. And I want all of it. So Lord willing, you were edified. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kwadash, for giving the spirit to this video. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to your Akamite that is done the truth and sincerity. Shalom.